We are live tonight on Fake News. America continues to navigate the fallout of last week's insurrection at the Capitol. COVID-19 vaccination efforts continue to face difficulties, and actor Armie Hammer allegedly eats people. Plus, exclusive footage of a January 5th White House tour, an interview with the QAnon Shaman's mom, and an update from the world of Disney. I'm Bryant Willis, covering for Guy Manley, who's out with turf tongue, and this is Fake News. It's January 15th, 2021, and today's top story comes from Washington, D.C., where soon-to-be former President Donald Trump was impeached again by the House of Representatives this week. Citing the public popularity of this second installment of the impeachment saga, Congress has signed on for 3 more. Impeachment Forever, and Impeachment 5, Dawn of Justice. In his first official comments following last week's riot at the Capitol, the soon-to-be former president defended his calls for violence, stating, "People thought what I said was totally appropriate." This is the same response Trump gave to Stormy Daniels when she questioned him, telling her that she reminded him of his daughter Ivanka. Trump later followed up those comments, adding that the racial justice protests over the summer were the real problem. In another episode of the critically panned sitcom, I Am the Least Racist Person Ever. QAnon believes that the Trump communicated with them during these comments through Morse code. Meanwhile, QAnon is still trying to decrypt Ted Cruz's latest letter. Most corporate CEOs have distanced themselves from soon-to-be former President Trump, but not Mike Lindell, the MyPillow CEO and former crack cocaine addict. That's not a joke. His is a story of success and utter disappointment. Unlike MyPillow, many corporations have released statements to clarify their position on what occurred at the Capitol last week, including these from some companies you might not have expected to hear from.
Whoa, storming the Capitol is totally not cool. Cheetos supports President-elect Joe Biden, unlike those fascists at Doritos. Stay cheesy. Chester Cheeto out. Oh, hello. Tony the Tiger here to wholeheartedly state that Frosted Flakes does not support the assault of the United States Capitol. The only thing Frosted Flakes assaults is your cholesterol. Black Lives Matter.
Pillsbury is strongly against armed insurrection against the government.
Here at Lamisil, the only infection we hate more than under the toenail infections is the infection known as white supremacy.
Here at Jack in the Box, we don't believe in storming the Capitol. We believe in storming a box of mini tacos. And by storming, we of course mean inhaling. Eat our mini tacos. Don't storm the Capitol.
Wow, I love it when anyone shows us their true colors. Speaking of, Caucasian singer Lana Del Rey has commented on Trump's presidency, stating, "As bad as it was, it really needed to happen." Which is the sort of careless remark somebody might say after seeing the movie adaptation of Cats. In related news, Rebel Wilson revealed this week that she was once kidnapped at gunpoint in Africa, but the kidnappers let her go after Rebel offered a sincere apology for the movie adaptation of Cats. In other washed actress news, after Donald Trump was banned from Twitter, Kirstie Alley compared Twitter's censorship of Trump to slavery, in all caps. That might seem offensive to some, but Kirstie Alley has experienced slavery firsthand. Her career has been locked away in the Cheers bar since the early 90s. So Kirstie knows why the caged bird sings. Going back to the insurrection at the Capitol, the Staten Island Republican who shouted Heil Hitler there apologized this week, saying she actually meant to say Mein Führer. Then she stopped and realized what she said and apologized again because she misspoke. She meant to say, "I'm a horrible person." Indie rock artist Ariel Pink, who was dropped by his record label after attending the January 6th Trump rally and ensuing siege at the Capitol, appeared on Tucker Carlson Tonight this week. It's hard to tell what was the cringiest part of the interview, Pink's complaint that people are being so mean to him, or Tucker Carlson's internal struggle to acknowledge a man who calls himself Ariel Pink. An Olympic swimmer was reported to have been spotted at the siege, and I'm pretty sure this is them. Pretty sure. It came out this week that Secret Service members were barred from Jared and Ivanka's bathrooms and instead rented a nearby toilet for $3,000 a month. I don't know who their toilet guy is, but that's a good deal. Ex-FBI Director James Comey said in an interview that President-elect Biden should consider pardoning Trump when he takes office. When reached for comment, Biden said, no. Controversy is brewing over Vogue's cover image of future Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. The cover has been criticized for bad lighting and diminishing Kamala's achievements. Given her track record, a better backdrop of Kamala would have been in bookings. Lady Gaga has been announced as the singer of the national anthem at Biden's inauguration next week. Unfortunately, this has burdened the talented singer with concern for her personal safety and whether her man is going to piss his pants on stage again. Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will introduce impeachment articles against Biden, who, of course, has not done anything wrong as president because he's not even president yet. You know, I think this is a pattern for her because I actually matched with her on Tinder a couple weeks ago and she immediately messaged me, "I want a divorce." McDonald's announced a global ban of toxic chemicals in food packaging earlier this week. We got a sneak peek of their new menu after removing all the toxic chemicals, and here it is. A lettuce. Toilet manufacturer Toto announced a slew of new bathroom technology that can help with health crises by analyzing your poop. But I don't need a machine to tell me I need to stop going to Taco Bell 4 times a week. Pharmaceutical distributor Publix is currently only offering vaccines in Florida to counties won by Republicans, which must mean they don't actually have the vaccine, right? Because Democrats would actually try to get it. An ice cream cone tested positive for COVID-19 in China on Thursday, proving that you actually can do too much testing. In international news, Russia's Supreme Court has ruled that, oops, we're a picture behind. Russia's Supreme Court has ruled that attending a football game is a valid reason to miss work, showing we're not so different after all. Oh, they meant soccer? Fuck that. A British man legally changed his name to Celine Dion after getting drunk on champagne and watching one of the Canadian singer's concerts on Christmas Eve. It was still better than my Christmas Eve when I drank a bottle of Jaeger and changed my name to Hoobastank. I'm not a perfect person. Now to sports. After University of Alabama's football team won another national championship, thousands of fans in Tuscaloosa hit the streets to party maskless. In 2 weeks, these same fans are scheduled to overcrowd the Tuscaloosa ICU in observance of the Alabama Shakes. NBA star James Harden has been traded in a blockbuster deal to the Brooklyn Nets. Upon hearing the news, Harden immediately Googled New Jersey open strip clubs, ? Meanwhile, former NBA star Charles Barkley said on Thursday that pro athletes should get the COVID-19 vaccine first because they pay more taxes, which reminds me, I'm overdue for my annual physical from Chuck, where he grabs my balls while I cough and then slam dunks them into a basketball hoop. He's not a doctor, is my point. Former WWE wrestler turned Hollywood megastar Dave Bautista took to Twitter yesterday to offer a reward of his own money to help catch a person who defaced a manatee in Florida. Meanwhile, The Rock has signed up to a multi-movie deal playing the manatee getting revenge. Fading action star Bruce Willis was kicked out of a pharmacy this week for refusing to wear a mask. Willis defended his actions, saying he was just filming a scene from his next movie, Live Free, Die Harder. An alternate title for that movie is, of course, Live Free, Die of COVID. Actor Armie Hammer is embroiled in a scandal regarding potentially objectionable DMs that allegedly include cannibalistic sexual ideations. In response, Armie has dropped out of a film with Jennifer Lopez, but has been cast in the American remake of Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. That is a cinephile's cannibal joke. In reaction to the Armie Hammer news, the Call Me By Your Name sequel has been retitled Call Me When You're Medium Rare. That is a cinephile's cannibal joke. When reached for comment, Hammer said, "All my parties are Donner parties," and then winked. And we haven't seen the reporter we sent to his house since. She's probably just getting a tour of his dungeon. Speaking of tours, fake news has received exclusive footage of a tour of the Capitol building shot the day before the insurrectionists stormed the building. Let's take a look.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Washington Capitol. I'm so excited you're here. I'm going to show you a lot of fun history in this building. The Capitol building was built in 1800s, and there's a lot of very cool vulnerabilities that you can exploit. All right, come with me. If you look at the brochures I handed out, you'll see a list of people. Those people are the security forces around here, and then right below them are their weaknesses. We're standing here right in front of our very historic doors, very vulnerable. You can easily bust through them. You have like 10, 20 people. Little secret, right through this window is the perfect place to take a shit. On the floor. A lot of people don't take advantage of all the free stuff the Capitol has to offer. We have podiums, mail, computers. Feel free to take any of it, all right? Come on. Fun fact number 3, it takes 5.2 seconds to storm from here right through those gates. Okay, when you come visit again, here's some things to keep in mind. That cop's our friend. That cop's our friend. I don't know that guy, so you can do whatever you want with him. That cop's our friend over there. That's how, dude. If you look through here, you'll see the best view in all of Capitol Hill. It's Nancy Pelosi's desk. It is so comfortable. You have to sit on her chair. No, you can't bring weapons. Very interesting fact about this divot here. It's one of our security cameras' blind spots. If you take any pictures during your time at Capitol Hill, make sure to tag us, geotag us, timestamp it, tag your friends. Thank you guys so much for coming on the tour. Had so much fun. Hope to see you all again January 6th. I mean, whenever you come back.
Wow. Well, it seems like Capitol Tours were aware of some blind spots. Speaking of the insurrection, one of the alleged insurrectionists who may have learned something from this tour, Jacob Anthony Chansley, aka Jake Angeli, aka the QAnon Shaman, aka the topless guy in the Viking hat, has been in federal custody since last Saturday when he turned himself in to the FBI office in Phoenix. His mother, Martha Chansley, has defended her son's actions on January 6th and also called on the FBI to provide him with an organic diet while in custody. Martha Chansley joins us now live from Arizona. Martha, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Brian. I'm happy to be here tonight.
Well, welcome. So how is Jacob doing? I'm Brian. How is Jacob doing?
He's in good spirits, and by that I mean he's channeling the spirits of our native ancestors who are guiding him through his quest for justice and democracy.
Oh, I didn't realize your family had indigenous ancestry.
We don't.
There has been some confusion over whether Jacob's request for an all-organic diet while in jail has been granted. Can you give us an update on that?
Yes, Brian, I can, and I'm glad you asked because they actually have not. Jakey he's a very sensitive boy with a very sensitive stomach, and I know because I clean the toilet in his bathroom in our basement, and when he doesn't eat right, it's a disaster. He gets very sick, and I pity whoever is cleaning up after him in jail. And so his request, his very patriotic request for organic food should have been granted, but they actually have not. There's some big government conspiracy bureaucratic process that they have to go through, which is very, very upsetting to him and to me. He's been calling me crying every day. And, I asked the FBI if I could possibly bring food to him, if they couldn't provide food. And, I said, look, I have food. Can a nice organic salad? And they said no.
I'm sorry. Is there a nail file in that salad?
Brian, in our family, we believe in personal freedom. When Jakey asks for something, I don't question it. I just give it to him. Nail files, buffalo horns, rides to and from the rallies downtown.
Uh-huh. I see. So have you actually driven him to Trump rallies?
Oh, sure. It gets him out of the house for a few hours. It's just like taking him to soccer practice.
Well, okay, but except for the fact that he's promoting dangerous conspiracy theories and trying to undermine the democratic process.
Well, I don't know how you play soccer where you're from, but that sounds about right for Arizona. And look, I don't mind doing it. Jakey and his friends are so cute when they come in from the rallies and they're all thirsty and ready for their orange slices. You know, it makes me feel good to do something for him.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on the charges Jacob is facing, which include entering a restricted building without lawful authority, violent entry, and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds? And well, those are the two things.
Well, these charges are just absolutely. I think the word is bullshit. You know, Jakey is innocent. He's a patriot, and he was just exercising his right. You know, to wander shirtless through government property.
Well, okay, I mean, sure, but there is some strong evidence, including many photos of him in the Capitol Rotunda.
Well, Jakey's always been very photogenic. I mean, he's a handsome boy, and I'm not surprised that they were taking photos.
Well, he seems to be leading a group of rioters in the Capitol in the pictures that I've seen. So I don't.
Jakey's a natural born leader. You know, I have some additional photos, and then now here he is, leading a demonstration in his high school cafeteria to have gluten-free pizza added to the menu. I was very proud of him for that.
I see. You know. It appears he appears to be aggressively confronting a Capitol police officer, though.
You know, I mean, Jakey's an assertive boy. You know, he when he was asking his date to senior prom, he wouldn't take no for an answer. I mean, yeah, there he is. That girl, you know, he wore her down.
Okay. Well, that's not great at all. But given these circumstances and how violent the riots became, I mean,
no, Jakey is a gentle soul. He loves America. He loves his family. He loves animals. Here he is with the coyote he used to make his hat.
Okay, but don't you think it's a little damning that he's now facing allegations that he left a note for Vice President Mike Pence that reads, "It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming"?
You know, Brian, I don't see what everybody is up in arms about. You know, it's Jakey's way of showing that he cares. I mean, look, he's been sending me notes for years. You know, Happy Mother's Day. I love you. Like the Dems love eating babies. Q sent me to wish you a happy birthday. You didn't raise my allowance. Justice is coming. I mean, you know, he's just expressive, and this is what he does. And he was just, you know, that's his way of saying hello to the traitor vice president.
Wow. Wow. So you really don't see anything suspect in any of this behavior?
No, Brian, I don't. I will stand by my son through thick and thin. He's a patriot, a sweet soul, and you know, most importantly, he is my son.
I suppose so. I can't argue with that part of it. One final question. There's no word yet on if Jacob will be released on bail, but if he is, will he be welcome back in your home?
Oh, hell no. I already moved his shit out of the basement and turned it into a Reiki studio.
All right, fair enough. Thank you so much, Martha. Wow. Well, I guess he's not going to get the home that he thought he would. Anyway, this Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and now we have a message from our sponsor.
Martin Luther King Day is the most illustrious of American holidays. Yet most Americans fail to properly pay homage to the king. Enjoying the day off? Selfish, cowardly. A social media post? Corny and whack, my dude. Even insurrectionist senators like Josh Hawley post on social media. Most of y'all suckers just sit in on MLK Day. Not us. We march. We are MLK BAR CRAWLS. My name is CODY BELAFONTE, and I'm the founder and CEO of MLK BAR CRAWLS. BAR CRAWLS are mass social gatherings of civil disobedience to commemorate a special day. I see no better way to celebrate MLK Day. Just look at the underwhelming white men who currently get their own bar crawls. Did St. Patrick end Jim Crow? Did Santa Claus write and deliver the I Have a Dream speech? Didn't think so. MLK bar crawls is simply the language of the unheard. Drinks, music, culture, no racist dress codes. I have a dream that young revolutionaries of all ethnicities and fits. Turtlenecks, dashikis, Lululemon, Fenty, American apparel, melanin apparel are gathered in a crowded bar, raging to the sounds of the greatest African soul artist of our generation, Kid Cudi. MLK, MLK, MLK bar crawls forever. Our MLK bar crawls feature incredible drink specials, including our signature drink, the Reverend Doctor, a soulful mix of Hennessy, Douce, Ciroc, and Ray and Nephew. It's gotten rave reviews from test audiences. We took the Four Horsemen and we made it better. Black power, baby. I truly believe if Dr. King was here today, this is what he'd want us to be doing. This is the next evolution in combating racism with non-violent civil disobedience. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic and out of deference to MLK the Doctor, we won't be holding the event this year. The safety of our patrons is our #1 priority. But January 2022, it's on and popping. Believe that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only MLK bar crawls will drive out hate. This drink's for you, King.
Wow. Thank you so much to our sponsor, MLK Bar Crawls, and also to another sponsor we have, Ross, you big funny. My producer told me to say that. I don't know what it means. Now, starting this week, Disneyland in Anaheim, California will open up a super COVID-19 vaccination site in its parking lot where thousands of people will get inoculated daily. Disney World in Buena Vista, Florida is expected to follow suit. We have today the manager of Disney World, Mikey Colglazer. Mikey, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. We're honored to be helping the public.
Well, on that note, some have said Disney World doesn't care about public safety, being as Disney World remains open as an amusement park, despite the fact that we're in a global pandemic.
No, see, that was before. But now we care about your safety. So don't be so upset. As a matter of fact, Brian, you look like you could use a Churaxine.
I'm sorry, what is a Churaxine?
Oh, it's a churro with a needle full of COVID medicine in it.
That does not sound good.
Oh, okay. What about churro with a needle Pfizer cream pie?
No, I mean, that sounds highly dangerous. To be frank, that doesn't sound like something a safe vaccine site would offer.
You're worried if we're safe?
Yes.
Okay, look, newsboy, we're safe because not only will our patrons be strapped down with leather seatbelts and lap bars.
Nope, not the safety I was referring to.
But also, all of our employees will be wearing Disney-themed body condoms.
Okay, what is a Disney-themed body condom?
Oh, a safety suit for our employee. For example, my 18-year-old son, who's an employee, gets deep inside of a Mickey Mouse body condom so that when he's puking from the tremendous heat, it doesn't contaminate any of the Pfizer cream pies. Safe.
Mikey, there is so much wrong with what you've just said.
Why? He's 18.
No, That's fine, I get. Well, I'm more referring to the fact that your safety suits sound far from sanitary. In fact, they just sound like regular mascot costumes.
Look, newsboy.
Please don't call me that. I'm a newsman.
Okay. To us adults, they might look like simple mascot costumes made out of dyed carpet full of my teen boy's vomit, but to a child, they're magically safe. Plus, masks will be mandatory for everyone, and we supply them.
Okay, well, now that is actually a very good idea.
Okay, yes, every patron receives one free feeding mask, which is a series of tubes that wrap around your face and go down your mouth hole at one end. And then on the other end's my 18-year-old boy force feeding you Pfizer cream pies until your system's overflowing with healthy medicine.
Gee, how is any of that even legal?
Anything's legal as long as you sell it as a service.
Well, that's not true. Wait, you're charging for this?
We're a business. Regular ticket price, but every ticket gets a free fast pass. Which is when my 18-year-old boy immediately crams a Pfizer cream pie up your hole.
That is... I'm emoting because of how foul that is.
What? He's 18.
No, I can't in good conscience continue this interview. Please, nobody go to Disney World for a vaccine. It is even less safe than we thought. Mikey Cool Glazer, everybody. I don't even know what to say. I think my producers are doing a bad job weeding out the psychopaths again. Gosh. Well, you know, we've come to that time in the show where the show is coming to an end. We've done all the things that we needed to do. We've talked about the news. We've interviewed folks. We've watched videos, and we've said happy birthday to Ross, you big funny, and laughed at him when you got a spare sec, as I was asked to do by my producer. You know, and I think at some point we have to consider what this news means for America and whether or not even any of this talk has any direction. And I don't mean the talk in Washington, D.C. I mean the talk coming out of my mouth right now. Do I have something to say, or am I just reading what's on a teleprompter? Does anyone know for sure? Do I know for sure? I do. I'm reading from a teleprompter. And I think, for whatever reason, my producer is vamping for time, even though technically we've gone over time and we could stop any time. You could even say it would make more sense for me to shut off the teleprompter and stop saying words. But at the end of the day, I've got to get to my famous catchphrase that everybody knows, which is, of course, at this point, the news is over.